Hey guys, welcome back. If you caught my last video, I was just kind of doing a general update. I'm filming this immediately after. This is going to be my curriculum video for my, I don't know if you call him a kindergartner. This is more like first grade level stuff, but some of it's kind of kindergarten level. He's 5. At the start of next year, in October, he will be 6. So he's 5.5 right now. So that's what this is. If you don't know me, my name is Chelsea. I'm a homeschool mom of 2 boys. I have a 10-year-old who I also homeschool, and he does a morning program. And then I have a 5-year-old boy as well, who this video is about. So I'm going to jump right into it. As I said in my last video, if some of this doesn't make sense, you can go back and watch that. It's a short video. My youngest son seems, I don't know if he's gifted. We've not had him tested, but he seems to be gifted in at least the area of math. He's very bright and interested and ahead. He's doing kind of a lot harder things, I think, for the age of 5 than most 5-year-olds are doing. So kind of wanted to explain why, since he's only 5, why he has the curriculum I have for him. So this year we did, what was it called? Singapore Dimensions, the kindergarten level. He started it in the summer when he was 4.5, and he finished that, I don't know, maybe December, something like that. I don't know, first half of the year he finished it. And he has been, working through the 1A. So this technically is not even supposed to be his kindergarten year. Next year is, and it's April of his, quote, kindergarten or preschool year. I don't even know. Anyway, and he's doing 1A right now, and he's about halfway through it. So that's what we're doing right now. We will continue this until he finishes it. I have the 1B level as well. He really likes it. And if you've not seen the Dimensions program that Singapore has, it's colorful. It has these nice pictures. It's probably flipped. I don't know if it'll flip it when I upload this, but we really like it. So we've been just using that primarily, and he will probably, by the time we get to next year, be in the 1B. I can't imagine he wouldn't be. And some like supplemental stuff, because like I said, he really loves math. We do a lot of math. That is our spine. We don't do that every day. We probably do it only twice a week, to be completely honest. But he also has several other math workbooks, plus we have Montessori math manipulatives and a lot of other math manipulatives and math board games. And so we do some sort of math like pretty much every day, because he just loves math, and math is all over, right? So it's not just your curriculum. So yeah, he makes up math games for fun and math problems. We do math in the tub. Like, he gets plenty of math. But some workbook type things that we have to go along are, these are from Usborne, and this is their intermediate set. It's the White Clean Key Skills. And this is their multiplying. We also have dividing, and yes, he is multiplying, dividing, and doing amazing with it. These are really cute though, and he loves anything with dry erase markers. So, which is nice, and he'll do it. We'll wait a few weeks, kind of wipe everything off, and then he'll do it again, and so that's been good. He loves these. So that's an addition we're doing to that. I'm trying to think. We also have, like, I think it's Kumon or something. There's a little workbook we have. I think it's Kumon. That's like just multiplying, and we also have one for time, and he works on some of those throughout the week. I just let him have a choice. You know, he's only 5, so if he wants to do it, he does it. And then sometimes he just wants me to give him problems on our dry erase board, our big whiteboard. So that's math. And then for language arts, kind of doing a mix. He does this pretty consistently. He's almost done with the book 1. He's going to be starting book 2 probably in, I don't know. Actually, I don't even know how far into this. Yeah, he's got just a little bit left. I don't know. If we did this every day, he'd be done with it in probably a couple weeks, but we don't. So, but when I say consistently, I mean, we do it at least every week. So sometimes it's 2 or 3 times that week. Sometimes it's once. But yeah, we love the Explode the Code. I use this with my oldest too, who has dyslexia, and even he enjoyed them. So that's what we're doing. And as far as like our main phonics program goes, I mostly do the Explode the Code. We have gone through, All About Reading. You can see that's how far we are into the level 1. So like a third-ish of the way. I think that's right. And I used this with my oldest as well, the level 1. I ended up like giving up on the level 2 because that was before we knew he had dyslexia, and it was like, what's going on? This has been working great for him, but I have backed off of it because the All About Reading readers, and I had the same issue with my oldest, jump so quickly from like really simple sentences to like tons of words, you know, and more complex sentences. And he's hit that kind of point in the book where he's struggling to get through the reader without being frustrated. So we're breaking it up. But I've learned with my oldest, I'm not about, he's 5, right? Like my youngest is. And I just don't care. Like I do not want to push it. I don't want him upset. I don't want him frustrated. I did that with my oldest, and I'm never going to do that again. So the second he started getting frustrated and like feeling like, I can't do this. I thought I was good at reading, but maybe I'm not. When it's like he's 5 and he's already, you know, reading at all, like that's great. Good job. You know, so we just put it down. And he does still enjoy the workbook and the actual lessons. We still review the cards. Sometimes I throw out some workbook pages, and every now and then I'll have him do the reader. I'll just have him do a couple pages at a time. But we have really slowed down with this. We were doing it every day, and now we do it maybe once a week. Some weeks we don't do it at all. Like I said, we stick with Explode the Code pretty consistently, but this we don't do every day. But we will continue this. I'm just kind of pausing it a little bit because I want him just to really like the idea of reading and really feel confident about it. We also have like hands-on things we do. We have some Montessori letter boards, and he loves to write and spell and figure words out. He does that on his own on like scrap paper all the time, which I think is fantastic. My oldest never did that. So I just want to nurture that. As far as handwriting goes, he loves handwriting. He loves anything fine motor skills, loves drawing. We are doing the Good and the Beautiful level 1. He did the pre-K and the K level in like a month or something. Like he just like absolutely 100 pages a day. He just wanted to do the whole thing. He loved it. And we are, okay, we're not that far into this. I don't even know. Okay, we're about a quarter of the way into this. So he will continue this until he's done with it. I have the level 2 I actually bought it for my oldest, but using it for him. So whenever he gets to that, we'll just move on to the level 2. And again, I do really love the Good and the Beautiful, especially their handwriting, like their language arts curriculum. I absolutely love. And that leads me to I stuck the Explode the Code level 2 over here. When we get done with all About Reading, I may not even wait until we get done with it. We will be at some point doing the Good and the Beautiful level K. I did this with my oldest, and actually this was the curriculum that hold on. Sorry, my oldest just came in, as a matter of fact. Yes, I did really enjoy this. I did this with my oldest. We had done all about Reading 1, and we got halfway through level 2, and I had dropped the reader at that point because he was just not getting it. Again, we didn't know at that point that he had dyslexia. He was like, I don't know, 6 or something like that. We started the Good and the Beautiful. No, we didn't. We did another program for part of that year that really, it was pretty rigorous, but it did really help with his phonics. And then we switched to the Good and the Beautiful because he still wasn't really like happy at all with what we were doing. At the very end, I think in March of that year, of his first grade year. So right before, the break. And he finished this in his second grade year. So this is the level K. It's advanced. A lot of people say this is easily a first grade level. He did it in second grade, finished it in second grade, and it was the perfect fit for him at that point. I hear a lot of people complain about this for kindergarten. So many people. There's, I guess, a really big jump from their like K primer. They've changed the name of everything. I don't know if it's K primer anymore, or pre-K, whatever, because they had a pre-K and a K primer. But there's a giant jump between the two. But because he was like 7, pretty much, by the time we did this, he was much more ready for it. So I can't speak to what it would be like. I'll know here soon because eventually we're going to be using it. That said, he's continued to use it. He's now on level 2 and it has been amazing. He loves it. I love it. It is so open and go. I love the readers. So I will eventually be trying this with my youngest, kind of knowing that we may need to slow down or back off or whatever. So I'm really flexible when it comes to that kind of stuff. My goal is just to have him enjoy it. So that's language arts. And then we also have some art drawing type stuff. So we have 2 different books from these. This is the Usborne Step-by-Step Drawing. He loves that. We've done a little bit of that already. So we do that just like a couple times a week at least. And then I picked up these from Timberdoodle. And it's called Happy, Sad, Feeling, Glad. And they're these like feeling books, but they've got the drawing aspect. So this one's curious. Dog is curious. He wants to know what his present is. Draw dog's present inside the box. And it goes through all kinds of different feelings. Jealous, surprise, and it kind of gives the definition of the feeling and has him do some sort of drawing thing with it. So I thought that'd be great for like kindergarten, 1st grade. And then I've already done some of this. This is I Can Doodle Rhymes. He loves rhyming, and that's something that dyslexic kids struggle with. So it's something we picked up on with my oldest. And so I actually got this to help my oldest with the rhyming. But by the time it shipped, he was like kind of clicked with reading and kind of took off. So it's got pup on cup, and you write out the word and then you draw pictures to go with it. And they're so cute. And he thinks they're just kind of funny and fun to do. So we have that. And then for science, we do unit studies in the younger grades. So kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, we stick with and I make them myself, just unit studies. I have a ton of books. We just kind of do that. Library, I've come up with some art projects. We love unit studies. Something I wanted to kind of go along with our unit studies that we're going to do with him. I'm mostly going to just go off his interest, but one of his big interests is animals, nature, but animals in particular. So it'll kind of be mostly nature themed, which I think is great for the kindergarten age. And I picked up this Usborne Little Children's Nature Activity book, which I'll kind of flip through. It's got stickers. It's got, all kinds of little doodly things. Plus it's got a lot of nonfiction information and activities. And so I thought this would be fantastic to go through. We also have a lot of books that I have grouped together for our unit studies. And these are just like a couple of my favorites, but this one is World of Oceans. We have the whole set, and these are sound books, and it has the different sounds of the different ocean animals, plus a lot of like non-fiction text in there and description of the different animals. So that's one. And like I said, they have a set. It's like World of Forest. I don't remember the other one. World of something. Jungles, maybe. Shoot, I don't know. World of Deserts. Maybe that's what it was. I don't remember, but we have the whole set. And World of Birds, I think, was one. And then we also have this whole set, which is the Big Book series. So we have all of those. There's 5. And we will be also going through these for our unit studies. Those are just great. So we just plan on using those as kind of our spine, reading through them, and then adding some picture books and books from the library and arts and crafts here and there as we needed. One other book that I picked up this year for that, which looks really cool. This is a newer book called Song of the Wild, First Book of Animals. And this book looks beautiful. Look at the illustrations in this. And I love it. So it's a whale shark, and it has it in like a poem format. So we will just flip through these, and we'll do one of these each day. I kind of plan on starting our day with this because it's like poem, and we also will have poetry, which I can show at a later time. We'll use like 3 main books for our poetry that we go through. The other thing is for social studies, we are using this as our spine, what people do all day. And again, I do that unit study wise too. So sometimes our unit studies will be more nature science based, and sometimes they'll be more social studies history based. So this book goes through different types of workers and what they do, and it has in kind of a story format. It's really cute. And we actually did one of these already, kind of to test it out, and I did the, whatever this is called, the mail postman one, and it was so fun. And as part of like what we did is he drew a picture, and then we like wrote it, put it in an envelope, and then he helped write the address on it. He put the stamp on it and the return address, and we talked about it, and then we went and dropped it off at the post office. It was kind of like a little field trip thing. So I thought that would be fun to do, just kind of as he wants to. And then the other big thing, I'll do this really quick. Our Bible. I keep it super simple. I've tried like curriculum in the past, and I'm just not good at follow through. So we're just reading a chapter out of this, and we picked up the coloring book, and we'd already started this, and he does the coloring book by read. So that's my simple way to keep doing it throughout the year, instead of failing miserably at the curriculum. The other big thing that I'm going to have, and this probably seems crazy, like a lot of stuff, but Oak Meadow. So this is a Waldorf inspired curriculum. This is their grade 1 level. I'm going to, the way Waldorf does stuff is it's not as academically rigorous. And so like their grade 1 might work for a kindergartner, could work for a grade 1, but for him, I feel like he's on level for this at least. Like I don't think the kindergarten, the nature studies and stuff would be fine, but this is a complete curriculum. I use quotes because I'm not sure math would be enough. Maybe for kindergarten, but not for mine, because again, that's his area. So, but it looks really good. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and then there's a resource book as well that comes with it. So we're going to try this, and it's not really just a curriculum. It's kind of like a lifestyle, and helps you kind of, develop this lifestyle. So I'm really excited to try this. My oldest goes to a Waldorf school, which I said in my previous video, and my youngest actually goes there for an afternoon program just once a week, and has done really well. And I've really just been so pleased with how the lifestyle of it and how it has suited my boys. So I wanted to try this. I've just heard good things. It's been on my wish list for a long time, and they had a sale, so I bought it. And again, if it doesn't work out this year, we might be able to use it the following year, just depending. But I want to give it a try and make that kind of our spine, like over everything. The other thing we're going to be doing is just read alouds, and we do those anyway, but we're going to be doing our read alouds at bedtime. And this year I'm trying to be a little more intentional about like pulling in some beginner chapter books. We're going to do this fairy tales in the beginning. And then, cause I have a fairy tale collection book, and then we're going to go through Winnie the Pooh, the complete tales of Winnie the Pooh. Charlotte's Web, I plan on trying to do. And then I have these two, which I thought are really fun, and he's super wanting to do these. Like he's really into this. We started one just to kind of see. And, I have this set, and it is the adventures. Well, it's the Little House chapter books, and they're pretty small. And the font's not tiny. So these would be great for like an early reader as well. I think there's like 100 pages. And there's a whole set of them. And the first one's Laura and Jack, the Pioneer Sisters, Animal Adventures, Laura and Nellie, Christmas Stories, and School Days. I think that was 6. Yeah. So I plan on reading these with him at bedtime. And, I just thought he likes this kind of time period. So, and he loves animals and nature, like I said. So I just thought it would be fun to go through with him. So that's my plan with him. I don't know if we'll, finish all of this, or, we adjust and change throughout the year as need be, but that's my plan, and hopefully it'll work out. But my goal because this technically is truly like his kindergarten year, but like I said, we kind of really started doing real school consistently in beginning of January, and he was already 5. So I feel like that we're just kind of we do year-round school. So I feel like maybe January to December is kind of how his school year is going to work. And this is kind of his kindergarten year right now. And then next year, or partway through next year, will be his first grade year. Is how I'm going to do it. So, because he is an older kindergartner, because he would start like 4 weeks after he starts school, he would turn 6. So he is on the older side. And he just needs a challenge. He's a mess if he doesn't have a challenge. And he could do school all day long. He loves the idea of school. And that's my goal. My goal is just for him to think he is capable of anything and that learning is fun. That is all I want. If he gets frustrated, we immediately stop. And actually, he's a perfectionist, which is probably part of his, his personality and why he is, how he is about math and stuff. And he can be pretty hard on himself sometimes and get really frustrated with himself. And yeah, it's a challenge to keep him the right amount of challenge without him becoming frustrated. Because he really likes really tricky stuff, as he puts it. And he just thinks he's, capable of anything. And I love that about it, where my oldest really struggled with that. His confidence was really low. So anyway, that is my plan. We'll see what happens. I will try to update probably at the beginning of the next school year to kind of say like what we're still doing, because we go through the summer. So I will keep you guys posted.